Hey, hey, Mama. Welcome back to the podcast. This is Grounded in Full Color, and I am your host, Princess Ebony. So, today we're talking about something along the same vein that you can change the way you communicate. Change the way you communicate in your relationship almost immediately. Now, here's what to say when your nervous system is on fire, screaming, but your partner won't stop talking. Because maybe you've been there before. Your partner is still going on about something, just filling the space with their words. They're talking, and their words are just coming at you. The conversation is still happening, but inside your body, it feels like a full-on emergency, disaster, crisis. You feel it in your chest first, right? That tightness. Your heart starts beating a little faster. Your stomach drops. Your jaw clenches. And suddenly, even though they're still speaking, your brain is just stopped processing what they're saying. All you can hear is the alarm bells going off inside of you saying, danger, danger, danger. And in that moment, your first instinct is usually one of two things. You either shut down completely, or you lash out and say something you'll regret later in like the next 2 seconds. You go silent, you leave the room emotionally. I still struggle with this. And even if your body is still there, or you snap, you get sharp, defensive, reactive, and then later you think, why did that go that way? Why couldn't I just stay calm? What was so hard about that? Why did I freeze? What the heck? Why did I explode like that? Here's what I want to offer you today. There is a third option. And it's an option that actually protects the conversation and protects your connection. That third option is this. You pause. Not because you don't care, but because you're avoiding, hear me out, you're avoiding the conversation. The negative conversation that could happen. And it's not that you're trying to punish your partner or shut them down. You pause because you want to avoid a negative conversation. You want a productive one. And because your body is telling you the truth, a potentially productive conversation that starts with, I am too activated to stay present right now. And that matters. And we'll get into that. Because if you just push through it, you're not really listening anyway. You're surviving. You're on the defense. You're bracing like for an attack or hit. Not physically, y'all. You're defending yourself. You're scanning for danger. You're trying to make it through the moment. And when you're in that survival mode, connection gets lost. That's when misunderstandings happen. That's when the resentment builds. All I can say. That's when you leave the conversation emotionally storming out, feeling unheard, unsupported, and they leave the conversation feeling ignored. I mean, please hang in here with me, mamas, because that feels so minor compared to how you feel. But then again, nobody wins there. So let's normalize something right now, right here, today. You are not being difficult by asking for a pause. You are being responsible. And I really want that to land. You're not being too much. You are not being too much, Ebony. You are not being dramatic. You are not failing at communication. You are recognizing that your nervous system is overloaded. And you're choosing not to let that overload, and try not to let the overload steer and drive the conversation off a cliff. What it is maturity. It's self-awareness. It's emotional responsibility. A productive conversation versus a negative one. In fact, asking for a pause can actually be one of the most loving things you do in a hard, difficult, tough, uncomfortable conversation. Because what you're really saying is this. What you're saying matters so much to me right now that I don't want to half hear it. I don't want to respond from a triggered place, an inferior place. I want to come back to this when I can actually be present with you. That's not rejection, y'all. That is respect. And I think that's such an important reframe, paradigm shift, especially if you ever felt guilty for needing space. Needing a pause, it does not mean you're avoiding the issue. It means you want to address the issue well. This isn't about escaping the topic. It's about regulating yourself so you can stop, so you can actually start to resolve it together. That's the goal. Not just to have the conversation, but to have the conversation in a way that creates understanding. That's the word. Understanding instead of more damage. Because there is a huge difference between a fight that creates distance and a conversation that creates connection. That creates connection and closeness. And a lot of that difference comes from I guess it comes from the differences in how you two are as individuals, but we're talking about a partnership, the connection there. And it comes down to a skill, essentially. Like in a relationship, communications is a skill, or just practicing a particular facet of it. And it's that we can recognize when we're too activated to keep going, and that we can name it with kindness. Yes or yes. So let's make this super, super practical, y'all. What do you actually say in that moment? Food for thought. You do not need a perfect script. Do not want you to feel like you're reciting something, like a robot. And you don't need a polished therapy language response. You just need something simple. You need something simple, honest, and clear. Something like, I want to hear you right now, but I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm taking too much in right now. Can we pause for about 10, 15 minutes? And it's really important that you put a time frame on this. And that's it. Simple, gentle, honest. Now let me give you a few more versions in case one can better fit your voice. I can feel myself getting flooded right now, and I don't want to react from this icky place. Or, I care about this conversation, but I need a few minutes to calm my body down so I can really, really stay in this with you. Okay, here's another. I'm not trying to shut this down. I just need a short pause so I can come back grounded. Do you hear the energy in those? They're not blaming. They're not accusing. They're not saying you're too much. Or you always do this. Or you always do that. You need to stop talking. You need to be quiet. You need to listen. They're simply naming your internal state and expressing what you need in order to stay connected with your partner. But I should go ahead and say that. And that's such a powerful shift. And then during that pause, your job is not to rehearse your comeback. Ebony, your job is not to build your defense case. Ma'am, your job is to regulate. Do what the heck you just said you were doing. Or like you said, what you needed the 10, 15 minutes for. Take a few deep breaths. Feel your chest. Feet on the ground. Feel your sacral. Step outside for a moment. Put your hands on your chest. Sit in silence. Pray. Stretch. Drink some water. Feel your wrists. Roll your neck out. Bring back your shoulders. Let your body know that we are safe and we can come back. And then this part matters too. Come back. Because the pause works best when it builds the trust. And trust is built when your partner learns, oh, when they ask for space and they really do come back, they must really want to repair. They really do want to have this conversation. That changes everything. So if this is you, if you ever found yourself shutting down or snapping, getting on someone's nerves, disassociating, or feeling like your body is hijacking the moment, out of control, just flailing because your mind can't catch up quick enough, I just want to remind you, you are not broken, mama. Your body is not betraying you. Your nervous system is trying to protect you. And the work is learning how to honor that protection without letting it run the whole relationship. That's the practice here. Not perfection, not never getting triggered. Oh, but it would be beautiful. Not always saying the exact right thing in the moment, but just noticing sooner, naming it gently, and choosing pause over panic. So today, take breath and gently say this with me. I mean, you can come back and do it. I want to hear you, but I'm getting overwhelmed. May we please pause for 10 to 15 minutes. Try it. Practice it. Do some drills with it. Save it somewhere. Let it become one of those tools you reach for when your body starts sounding like an alarm screaming, danger, danger, danger. And if this episode resonated with you, just a real quick one, I'd love to hear from you, especially over on Instagram. What's your go-to phrase when you need a pause? Send me a message, a voice message. I love to hear the beautiful, resonance in your vocal tones. Share it in the comments of wherever you're listening to this episode, or text this episode to someone who needs it, another mama, as a reminder that pausing is not failing. It's beautiful wisdom. And thank you, mama, so much for being here with me today, and I'll talk to you in the next one.